Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video, and I'm going to be doing something I've not done for quite a long time. I feel like I say that like a lot of time at the beginning of my videos, but it really is true for this series. But yeah, I thought I would do a quick review on a game I completed probably over a month and a half ago maybe. It's been a little while now. I always wanted to make a video of it, but I never got around to doing it, so that's typical me. And it won't be as fresh in my mind as it was, back then, which is a shame, but yeah. So yeah, this will be probably forever remembered for me as the game that got me through quarantine. Yeah, the whole C virus outbreak, because I had obviously a lot more time on my hands. I still do at the moment. Shouldn't be for much longer. I think I'm going back to work in like just over a week, apparently, unless something changes. But yeah, this really got me through the whole quarantine thing, because it's an RPG, of course, and it took me about probably over 80 hours, which could be the longest game I've ever completed in my entire life. I can't think of anything that'll come close, because games like, Digimon Story will be like 40 hours, 50 hours maybe. Final Fantasy 13's probably about 40, 50 hours. No, near 80 hours. 80 hours is so long. I had no idea this game was going to be so long. I thought this would be like another 40, 50 hour long game, but yeah, 80 hours. Like, Jesus. I mean, for my first playthrough, I could probably complete it now maybe 60, 70 hours, but yeah, it's a very long game. But I absolutely love this game. This game is absolutely phenomenal. I love this game to death already. Just by playing through it once, this game has stuck in my head. It's just such an amazing game. It's Dragon Quest: The Journey of the Cursed King. Alright, Dragon Quest 8 on PS2. So yeah, I got this at a charity shop before the whole quarantine thing started, so I was kind of lucky. For £1. £1 for a whole 80 hours worth of entertainment. Now that, my friend, that is a bargain. Very, very satisfied with my 80 hours. See, to be honest guys, the first, obviously I'd heard of Dragon Quest, I'd never played Dragon Quest. My first, time playing Dragon Quest was Dragon Quest Heroes 2. And this was a really good game as well. It's like Dynasty Warriors, but with the whole Dragon Quest theme, Dragon Quest enemy types, Dragon Quest style voice acting and characters and charm. Because that's what these Dragon Quest games have. They've got so much charm, so much personality, so much likability to them. And yeah, I like this game, so much as well, because I like the Dynasty Warriors gameplay. But to be honest guys, I've got to say this is probably better, because it is a proper Dragon Quest game. It's not Dynasty Warriors, it is, a turn-based RPG. Like what the Dragon Quest series, is meant to be, But even when you first put the game on, you're greeted with this absolute masterpiece of orchestra music. It always gets you fired up. As soon as you put the game on, this music just gets me fired up every single time. You're in for a great time when you hear something like this. So good. So triumphant, guys. So triumphant. And that's really what you're in for throughout the whole game. This game's soundtrack is absolutely phenomenal. It's very orchestra music. It's so catchy. I constantly found myself humming along to the music during this game. It's just so good. I can't even think of a single track that I don't like. It's just so good. Really, really good stuff. I don't know what my favourites would be. That's probably one of my favourites. The final boss music's really, really good. I also like the fight with Dolmagus. That music, his second phase. That theme, I think it's for major bosses, I think it's geared towards. But every time I hear it, I just think of the second fight with Dolmagus. Yeah, great. It's so good. I've listened to the soundtrack quite a lot on YouTube, even when I've not been playing the game. So yeah, I love the soundtrack. What can I say? It's incredible. Absolutely incredible stuff. So as the game, the game design, it's so bright. You can tell at the back there. It's so bright. It's so colourful. It's kind of I don't know if it's hand painted or something, but it is really beautiful. Like obviously, it's a very like colourful, lots of greens and blues and stuff, and yeah, it is really nice. Like I don't. This obviously came out in the 3DS as well. I don't know what it looks like on that. I've not looked at gameplay of that, but maybe it even looks like even better on the 3DS. But it's just so beautiful. Like for a PS2 game, like the graphical wise, I still think it's really nice to look at. You know. Okay, so the story of this game is basically there's a kingdom under attack. This like evil scepter thing involved, and basically the whole kingdom's basically like entangled in vines, and you know, most of the kingdom's dead. The hero guy here, he survives somehow. It's the guy you play as, the silent character in the game. And you've got the king and the princess. The king gets turned, King Trode gets turned into like a frog type creature. And you've got the Princess Medea who gets turned into a horse. So yeah, they travel with you throughout the whole journey. You don't play as them. They don't engage in combat. They're just there for the... well, Medea doesn't talk like too much. There's certain points in the game where she does get turned into a princess and she talks. But King Trode's always talking, and the guy's just absolutely hilarious. Like, I love this guy to death. He's so damn funny. So yeah, basically you just play as the hero. You assemble your team and you have to go and you know, rescue the kingdom basically, and turn the king and the princess back into, you know, human beings, if that's possible, you know. Okay, so as for your party members, obviously you've got the silent hero guy, which, you know, I do find it difficult to get into characters that don't have any lines of dialogue at all, but I've got to say with the hero, I like his design, and I do think he does have some pretty amusing, like, you know, facial expressions. See, very wide-eyed there. Yeah, he does have some, like, very amusing, like, facial expressions, so I'll give him that. Like I said, I just wish he had some dialogue throughout the whole game, like, showed... I mean, he shows a little bit of emotion, but not very much. But, I mean, I do like him, I do think he has a cool presence, and, I'd say, very entertaining facial expressions, you know? You've got Yangus, who's like a bandit. I've got to say, like, throughout, you know, despite me liking him throughout the whole game, I do think by the end of the game he turned into my favourite character. There was somebody else that was my favourite character for a while, but yeah, I think Yangus probably nicks it. Yangus is just so bloody funny. He's got that, you know, London accent and stuff, and like his dialogue with King Trode is just so bumming funny. You know, they're always like bicker and stuff, like an old married couple, and you know, it's just very entertaining to like listen to. Amazing dialogue, very funny stuff. You know, despite being a bandit, Yangus, I think like his heart's in the right place, I would say. You know, just gets involved with the wrong things, I guess. But yeah, in my opinion, very good character, Yangus. Probably, like say, probably my favourite one. You know, by the end of the game, you've got Jessica. Yeah, Jessica, who's like, she's like the attractive girl, of course. You've got to have an attractive girl in your party. Yeah, she seemed like, when you first meet her, she does seem a little bit moody and stuff, because she's kind of like, well, I won't say it, but she's like suffering a bad time in the moment, basically. You know, she's going through a hard time. It's not really a spoiler because it's quite early in the game, but yeah, she's going through a hard time. She's just quite miserable and stuff. She's got her motives and stuff for wanting to join your team. So yeah, she's an attractive girl. Say moody at the beginning, but you know, as the game goes on, she starts to, you know, mellow down. So very likeable character. Very attractive design. Not gonna lie, she's very cute. So yeah, Jessica's awesome as well. Really cool. And the last guy you meet, Angelo, who I don't actually see. I think he's there. Look. The guy in the red. Yeah, Angelo doesn't really get much bloody recognition here, come on. Yeah, Angelo was my favourite character for a while. He does seem like he's, you know, a bit of a player. He's very, you know, very ladies man. He's always chatting up women, usually failing, I think. He's a bit of a disaster, but yeah, I liked Angelo. Angelo had like, I don't know, like a certain like charm to him, despite being, you know, a bit of a player, a bit of a douche. I don't know, I still really liked Angelo. I think he was very entertaining. Again, you find out more about his like childhood and stuff, which is, you know, a bit sad. It makes you kind of see why Angelo's turned into this bit of a douche character. But yeah, I really like Angelo. Angelo was pretty damn funny as well. Angelo doesn't really show much, like, I don't know, like he's having a fun time, he's just really quite serious and so always just chasing women basically, but yeah, I liked Angelo. Angelo was really funny. I think Angelo was supposed to be a lot of people's like least favourite, but I don't know, I really liked him. I thought he was a good character, you know, an interesting character with flaws, you know. And like I say, King Trode was amazing, just absolutely amazing stuff. Great voice, like, I don't know if that's like the voice actor's real voice, but he's got a very entertaining voice. And as for Medea, like the princess, like I say, she doesn't get a lot of dialogue, but when she does get dialogue, she does seem very like cute as well, very, very sweet and innocent, you know. Just like a princess, basically, you know. And also you meet like cover characters and stuff along the way. A lot of like the NPC designs do repeat, so you do see the same like faces over and over again. Like there's these like big guards, you see them, like they're the same design over and over again. You see these bunny girls around the place. But you do meet some original characters like Red and Prince Charles. Yeah, let's not talk about that guy. I hate that guy with a burning passion. Anyone that's played the game knows all about Prince Charmless. Don't like him. Hate him with a burning passion. I wasn't a big fan of Red. I mean, Red, she was alright. I just wasn't a massive fan of her. She's just something like a scheming bandit, really. She's quite, you know, familiar with Yangus, so that's quite entertaining, I guess. Like the enemy design, boss design in the game, very, very good. Lots of different enemy types. Obviously lots of different boss fights in the game as well. Loads of boss fights. So yeah, they've got a lot of like, you know, really, really good designs. A lot of cool names like Bag of Laughs and Fat Bat. It wasn't lying, it's a fat bat and it hip drops you. Drops its massive like thighs on you. It's really funny. Yeah, big Hackosaurus, I really like those things, like a big dinosaur with an axe, really cool stuff. Really like them, they hit pretty hard as well. What's a really like fun, like, you know, boss fights, like the pirate ghost that you fight, I can't remember his name. If you fight him, there's this big mole that you fight who's very, very good. That's one of my favourite boss fights in the game. It was just very, very, you know, funny. Just like a mole that likes to sing, so yeah, that was funny. The Mole King guy, yeah, he was awesome, absolutely fantastic stuff. Yeah, just like say loads of different enemy designs. You don't get tired of like enemies in the game because there's like so many like different designs. That it's, you know, it's very, very impressive. Like I really like that about the game, you know, because a lot of like RPGs I do get sick of seeing like the same like enemy types over and over again. But yeah, it's had a lot of different enemy types. Like I couldn't tell you how many. Must be at least over 100. Loads of different enemy types. And that's not including, like, say, the bosses, you know. As for my favourite villain in the game, because there's a lot of different villains in the game, my favourite's probably Dolmagus. I think Dolmagus had, like, the coolest look, the coolest design. Just like an evil jester. You know, and I thought he looked really cool. I liked his, you know, voice acting and stuff. It was really bloody awesome. So, yeah, I'd probably say Dolmagus, even though, like I say, there's a lot of good villains in the game that you meet along your journey. But yeah, Dolmagus for me is probably the one I like the most. Like I say, his design was really cool, just a very demented looking jester. I wouldn't want to mess with him, like real talk. But yeah, you can probably tell I absolutely like love this game to death. Really awesome game. I don't really think there's like much else for me to talk about. Maybe difficulty. I do think the difficulty was like pretty fair for the majority. I did have some hard sections, like the final boss like kicked my ass. Like I'm not afraid to admit that I need to grind like 2 or 3 levels at the end of the game just to fight the final boss. He was insane, in my opinion. I know people who have played the game probably think it's easy, but yeah, I'm not the greatest at RPGs, so I thought he was really tough. So I'll say he kicked my butt a lot. Because you do level up quite slow in this game. Like when you do level up, you do gain like a lot of like a big boost in stats. Like, but yeah, you do level up quite slowly. That's one thing that I'm not a massive fan of. I do prefer leveling up quicker, but maybe not gaining as quite as much. I do feel like you're achieving your you know, your next levels and your next like your stat gains a lot quicker. I don't know. For me, it just keeps the flow going a lot better when you level up faster. Another thing was some of the dungeons were a little bit annoying, like the encounter rate was so blooming high, and you had to like navigate these like corridors and stuff, like, and I thought it was quite hard to navigate, and I was getting a little bit annoyed at certain points. There was just so many enemies, so I had to like save my blooming my HP and MP for the boss fight at the end, you know. So yeah, that was a little bit annoying. Like I say, some of them were okay, but some of them were a little bit annoying. Like the bit where you have to go through the castle. Oof. So many encounters and so many different ways to go. It was absolutely insane. And probably like another negative I would say is probably like there's a certain point in the game you have to like backtrack, which I'm not a big fan of backtracking in RPGs. Like I took a walkthrough just once. I only looked at a walkthrough once in this game, which I was really upset about. Because I got through like the majority of the game without using a walkthrough. Because the characters, you know, usually give you hints on where to go. It's not really too difficult compared to a lot of like older RPG games, which don't really tell you where to go very often. But I would say it's a bit you have to go and collect stones. I'm not going to go into it for spoilers, but you have to collect stones, and you have to go back all over the place. And one of the stones wasn't a place you can get to by quick travel, and so that totally threw me off guard. And yeah, I took a walkthrough to find out where to go. That was like the only point in the game I had to use a walkthrough. I was very disappointed. So like I say, I'd gotten so far, but yeah, just in the end I had to use a walkthrough just to find that one blooming stone. Heartbreaking. But yeah guys, that is it I think for Dragon Quest. Like I say, I absolutely love this game. This is a tremendous game, like really good stuff. Yeah, just a few annoying things like the dungeons and some of the backtracking and things, but yeah, Dragon Quest VIII, blooming tremendous, like really good game. Like one of my favourite RPGs I would say. Not that I've completed many RPGs, but it's definitely one of my favourites. But anyway guys, before you go, let's have a look at my save data. Here's my final save. So 82 hours, even longer than 80 hours actually, and 49 minutes, so yeah, very long. So yeah, I got level 42 at the end. Obviously had multiple saves just in case a glitch or something, but I didn't notice any like bugs or glitches in this game. It was a very well made, well polished game. So I'm going to go into this and we're going to see just how many times I died. I'm going to guess about 18, because that final boss, like I said, just, you know, took a lot out of me, you know. Let's see. Right. Okay, let's... No. Yes, Angelo, I know. Come on. Right. I just want to play the game. Nah. Oh, for God's sake. I forgot how you play it, guys. I've been playing another RPG recently. I think I'm pressing that button. Is this it? Oh, here we go, yeah. Oh, 21 times wiped out, look. Oh, okay. Look, this is a bit of charm, look. King Trode here. I see Jessica is perishing in battle with some regularity. I shall have to give her some one-on-one instruction to rectify the matter. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I bet you will, King Trode. You do get some like different dialogue with Trode, like if you run away from a lot of battles, he tells you off for that, and if Jessica's like dressed inappropriately and stuff, like concentrate on her armor, not her not her design, not her clothes or something. I don't know, something like that. It's really funny. See, travelled 280.8 miles, 1,651 battles, monster defeated 4,180, monster intimidated 0. I didn't really bother with that. If you look scare away enemies, I just wanted to destroy the enemies to get the experience. Victories 1,277, and times wiped out 21. So and fled 338. That was mostly in dungeons, just so I could bomb and conserve my HP and MP. So yeah guys, that is it. Say, amazing journey. Like 82 hours well spent. Like I really enjoyed that. So there's 21 deaths. Most of those were the final boss and the god bird, Imperia. Because she kicked my ass and all. She was really tough. I'd say Imperia and the final boss were like the hardest fights for me. But yeah guys, I hope you've enjoyed this quick review. What can I say? Dragon Quest. Absolutely tremendous game guys. Highly recommend it if you like RPGs. And yeah, this game's kind of got me into RPGs. I've actually completed another RPG, which recently got a remake, so I do want to do a quick review on that game. So anyway guys, that'll be coming up quite soon I would think. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and yeah, catch you all later.